Hello everybody, welcome to Sword Art Online Alicization, War of Underworld. What episode we're on? Episode 10 overall, 34 not overall. No, 34 overall, 10 War for Underworld. I've got a bit of a sore throat, it's just me again. Matt of all things had a power cut, so he is unable to make it, which, it's just one thing after another, which is just great. But yeah, this episode can be summed up in the phrase Asuna ruins everything. I mean, it's great to see her again, and it was quite funny seeing her interact with everyone. But God, Kirito kept the real world a secret for 2.5 years. Granted, he was in a, he was in a bit of a state for 6 months, but Asta was in there 5 minutes and spilled like all the beans. What are you doing? Seriously. But no, it was good. It was a bit of a nothing episode, really. Like, in the grand scheme of things, nothing happened. All the characters were just learning things we already know. But it had to happen, It was nice to see Asuna in there as well. She's got some sick pajamas too, so mission accomplished, I guess. But anyway, yeah, let's crack on with the episode, get right into it. As I said, might not be the longest because in the grand scheme of things, not a lot happened, but let's do this. So we start with Asuna diving into the underworld as the goddess Stacia, goddess of creation. She has moving the world powers. She alters the terrain and that. Basically, she's a griefer. But if she does it too much, she can like break her floodlight, and we can have two Kiritos, and that's just not what we need right now. Because then she's going to need to get rescued, and a bunch of bad stuff's going to happen. Immediately, after she ignored the warning and did all that terrain movement at the end of the last episode. She got a headache. Shocker. Maybe listen to the smart people that told you not to do that. But who knows? Basically, she comes down. She says hello to Ronnie and Tease. They're like, "Hi guys, how are you? I'm a human. I'm Asuna." Just say you're a god. Like, literally, it's so simple to get things to go your way. You're like, "I'm the god. I'm here to help you against the evil god." I know she didn't know that the Dark God was there, but she could have manipulated that information out of them. Am I a bad person? I'm advocating for Asuna to manipulate. I mean, she lies to them all the time in this. So, I think my way is way more humane. Humane? That's a good thing. But then she's like, "Can I see Kirito, please?" And they're like, "Sure." And they let her in, and Kirito actually does react when he sees her. He cries a little bit, but he doesn't get up, He's still in his state that he's in, which is not too great. But then she introduces herself properly to Ronnie and Tease, and then says some stuff about the real world, and they're just really as I said, 5 minutes in, she's like, "Yeah, real world this, real world that. What are you doing, Asuna? You deserved Alice attacking you." And she does immediately after exiting the thing. Alice protecting Kirito, and at first it's a pretty intense fight. Like, oh no, she doesn't know she's an ally. But then it kind of devolves into a bit of cat fighting. It's like, "He's my Kirito," and she's like, "No, I don't even know who you are. You can't be your Kirito." And it's like, Asuna must be pissed, especially later on, because Kirito's literally made another harem separate from his already existing one without anyone knowing. So Kirito, no one likes Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, Tease liked Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's it. Even like Alice, did original Alice like Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't think she had an opinion really. She was just like both of them. She was friendly, weren't she? But yeah, they're catfighting, and Berkuli, being an adult, is like, "All right, guys, stop your fighting. There's a war going on. I can't have the god and the light priestess scrapping. Basically, that's not on." Asuna says, basically, she's got info for them. She also saved Berkuli, but who cares about that? And that's what gets him to trust her. And Alice is like, "All right, fine, we'll behave." They stop bitching at each other for 5 minutes. Asuna says she's got information for them, for everyone. They're still being a bit catty towards each other. Alice is like, "You're not allowed to see him without talking to me first." And Asuna's like, "I'll do whatever I please. He's my Kirito." And I'm like, "Guys, behave." And they go off being all catty, and then Ronnie's like, "Well, he's my senpai." And I'm like, Ronnie dear, just sit this one out. You're not gonna win. Feel a bit bad for her, but she's not gonna win, is she? Poor Ronnie. Tease tries to like distract her. She's like, "Boy, am I glad I don't have a stake in this. Like, sucks Yu-Gi-Oh died, but on the other hand, I don't have to get involved with this, so that's good." So yeah, silver lining, I guess. That's not a silver lining. Oh, that was a horrible thing to say. I apologise, Tease, and also Yu-Gi-Oh! And also all their friends. I just apologise in general. So yes, then we get the long section where Asuna just lies to everyone. She sits down, explains everything about the real world. Again, you were there for 5-10 minutes. You didn't have to tell them all this. Just confuses them more than it helped. Thankfully, Bakuli puts into terms that they can all understand. He sort of knows what's going on, so he explains sort of in a way they can understand. Asuna tells them, hey, they're all after Alice, because they shouldn't tell them why, but Alice is like, well, I'm not going to run away, I've got to fight, and all that. Again, thank God for Berkuli just helping everyone. Shaita they talk about the right eye seal. Asuna is like, oh, so someone from Wrath is bad. So one of the Wrath people is bad. They put the seal on, which is hindering the plan. Right, I think we'll go back into that in a minute. I think the person who put the seal on isn't any of the people from Wrath. I think it's Kayaba, his VR ghost or whatever, his internet ghost. I think he did it because he wouldn't be on board with using the AI as like weapons either. So I think he did it to stop Wrath from creating the war AI. I pulling rabbits out of my hat, rabbits out of my ideas out of my rabbits. What's the phrase? Ideas out of a hat. That's the one. Yeah. She tells them it wasn't Rash. She says it was the enemy, obviously. So again, lying to them. Yeah, and Bakuli's like, why are they after Alice if she's like the equivalent of a human as opposed to an underworld human, because the right eye seal is the only thing separating them. Asuna just doesn't tell them that they're not people. You know, he's like, well, they don't really consider you people over there. She's like, no, I better not tell them that. Which, fair enough, but I think she's underestimating their intelligence. I'm sure if they thought about it for a bit, they could figure it out. But they're like, fine, we'll drop it. Asuna agrees to help them, and everyone's hyped. So they're like, yeah, we got literal God on our side now. How could we lose? Well, there's drawbacks to being God, apparently. So, you know, it seems like a bit of a design flaw in the God account can permanently damage your Flocklight. That seems like you might need to fix that. Wrath? I mean, you've got bigger fish to fry at the moment, but maybe look into that in the future. The final section is honestly quite comedic, and you know that's why it's got its own bit. It's Pajama Asuna trying to go see Kirito. Pajama Alice is blocking the path, and they have, I want to say they have a pillow fight, but they don't. They just, what's the word? They have a pissing contest, to put it bluntly. Asuna's like, well, we fought together for 2 years, which again is a lie. They fought together for like a week, you know, in SAO. Most of the time they were separate. Okay, no, they were together for a bit, but they were also separated for at least a year, I'm going to say. So, stop lying, Asuna, you know? And Alice is like, I fought beside him for one whole night. And I'm like, Alice, I love you, but you're losing this. And then she's like, and I took care of him. You know, one thing Asuna sort of neglected to mention, here's how you win the pissing contest, Asuna. You say, we've got a kid and we're engaged. Two things you didn't mention that, I mean, really would have helped you win. But yeah, then Ronnie joins in and is like, well, he was my senpai at the academy. And then bloody Sortolina, remember her? She shows up as well and is like, he was my kohai at the academy. And then they're all friends and they're like, fine, we'll just tell stories about Kirito. Yeah, and they go in and Kirito's just cuddling the swords, which is like, Kirito wants nothing to do with his harem. He's like, this is all that's left of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is all I need. And it's like, Kirito, your bromance is strong. I approve. But yeah, they all watch him sleep. And Asuna, I guess, is about to tell them literally all the plot. They're like, once upon a time there was a game called Sword Art Online. Excuse me, what's a game? It's like a VR thing. Excuse me, what's a VR? You know. Asuna's going to be there literally all night if she has to explain everything. So hopefully she says, there's another world. And they're going to be like, how many worlds has Kirito been to? And she's going to be like, and our answer is going to be yes. I think the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does ordinal scale count as a separate world? Because that'd be 6, or am I 7? I've lost count. I'm not very good at this. No, let's figure it out. SAO, ALO, GGO, Real World, Underworld, ordinal scale if it counts. So 5 or 6. I guess 5. Ordinal scale is just the real world, but with an overlay. So there, I answered the question for myself. I'm good at this. But yeah, they're going to be there chatting for a while. And that was the end of the episode. Like, it really was just an introduction to Asuna episode. which is fine. Like, I predicted that her and Alice would either be the best of friends or they'd be catty, and they were catty, and then they were the best of friends. So, you know, we got what, 2 episodes left of this half season, you know, until the break. I got a feeling we're not going to get like a proper, this is the finale episode. It's just going to be, yeah, we'll see you in 3 months, guys. Yeah. But yeah, I still enjoyed it, you know. It was, her interactions with them all were funny, even if she like lied to everyone. And I'm not on her side at the moment because she's an idiot because she didn't use the obvious solution to win the pissing contest, and she lied to all the Underworldians. Like, I would, if I was, I mean, to be fair, there's no easy way to say, like, you are just cubes. You're not people. You are literal 3D cubes that happen to have souls in them. Like, don't think she's going to win that. But, yeah, excited to see what happens next. Hopefully Matt's power cut fixes itself. I don't know what they're doing to fix it, you know. Things happen. But, yeah, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe and stuff for more reviews. Matt will be back next week, hopefully, as I said. I'll see you next week for another episode of this. And bye, guys.